The thoughts, opinions, and most importantly the perspectives expressed in this show are solely those of the participants including all guests, and do not reflect the opinions or practices of More Heights Media and or any of its production or advertising partners. Furthermore, More Heights Media does not endorse or condone all topics discussed during this broadcast. This show is purely for entertainment.
Yo, let me ask you guys a question. Just like, do you have those friends or family members that have kids that did potty training super late? Where you're like, yo, that's a grown child at this point. What are you doing?
What if you're talking to a girl though, and she had a child, and
that would be rough.
Can you imagine though?
Yeah, bro.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, bro. That is a minefield, bro.
Yeah.
That is a minefield, bro. I've expressed this to her. I was just like, yo, this ain't it. This is not fun. Like, there's no romance. There's no romance to it. Like,
you didn't enjoy busting that nut?
I mean, you enjoy that, but then like the process of getting to it, like sometimes, and I'll be honest, straight up, sometimes it got in the way. The thing, like, God, just come on, just bust on, like,
yeah.
Like I'm thinking about it, like I'm not enjoying it.
Perspective,
it's like, yo, like
your perspective.
Yeah, no, like it, like I don't like going back to it. Definitely messy. Friggin' high-speed chase on the gardener.
What? Let's go. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
I remember the story.
I think I talked about this.
Nah.
Definitely not. That shit on here.
The one that you talked about.
High-speed chase on the gardener. What are you talking about?
The one you talked about is where you beat the guy up in the gym.
Yeah, that one. What's this
gardener chase? Nah. That sounds like it'd go viral.
So,
in what car? What were you driving?
My parents' minivan, bro.
Minivan?
Oh my God, you chased them in a... Were there people in the
No,
van?
I was being chased. I wasn't chased.
Oh!
Before you go, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons.
Anything you guys want us to talk about, drop that in the comments.
And shout out to everyone that has been engaging.
That's what's up.
I had to ask my brother if this is like one of those ones from his era. This is like top 10 songs all time. Because
This is our era.
Ours, bro. This is ours.
If you're thinking like throwbacks, like rock tunes,
It's like 94, 95.
Yeah. Early 90s.
I have a couple tunes I'm gonna play for you guys.
And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding.
This is one of those ones when this comes on, it's a thing still.
Many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
Sing it.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. And after all, you're my wonderwall.
Big up Oasis every time, yo. Let me know how you feel about this one though. Cause this came on the other day and it touched me, dog. Pause.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm
let him
poor,
know
but I'm kind.
Well, you know about these
I'm
joints
short,
right now,
but
bro.
I'm healthy, yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded.
Yeah, we gotta run
I'm
these.
singing,
We gotta run these.
but I'm
What do you say? Pull up that bumble.
All right, yo, yeah.
The shit shattered records.
I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm
This is
kind.
one of those ones, yo.
I'm short, but I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I'm high, but I'm grounded.
That part.
I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed.
Fly high, but stay connected,
I'm lost,
yo.
but I'm hopeful. Yeah.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
You said everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine.
Gotta remind yourself of that part, yo.
Cause I've got one hand in my pocket, and the other one is giving a high five.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
I feel drunk, but I'm sober. I'm young and I'm under.
I gotta let this rock for a little bit still. I can't help it. One more verse.
But I'm restless. I'm here
that tune, Yamichi. One more on them bumbo, dog.
What are you doing? Like Much Music Countdown from 1996?
Turn it up. All around the world, statues crumble for me. Who knows how long I've loved you?
Fucking shit's nostalgic as fuck.
Everywhere I go, stop it, and they say,
You can never come to school bumping this
25
song.
years old. Mother got her
Yeah, yo.
I just wanna fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your arms around me, baby. I just wanna fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Put your
Just remember that Bun has those, yo. Whenever you're ready, link me because I have the playlist for you.
We a star on a favorite show.
Back for another week in this after a few weeks off. Our apologies, but yo, we're working, yo. We are definitely working, figuring these things out around here.
We a star on a favorite show.
But since this guy's back this week, yo, we had to jump on and like actually put together an episode for you guys. Cause we're still outside SUP gang.
Gang.
Every gal a Pree.
Big up Pree on the outside, yo.
Big up.
Find her on Instagram at Pree_Pree, but more importantly at Body Ammo.
Every gal a Pree.
www.bodyammo.ca.
But this my YouTube. This video by YouTube.
Yeah, especially today, huh?
But this my YouTube. This video by YouTube.
Man's doing big interviews, you know. Got a link this morning and said, yo, turn on your phone, your Nazis on TV. Yeah, and there's this guy's outside doing interviews and stuff, yo. You trying to talk about it or not? What's up? Nah?
We good. We don't want to lose that episode.
Zealous Authentic Pictures. Not behind the scenes for all that mixed magic, audio, and video. Find them on the internet at zealousauthenticpictures.ca.
But this my YouTube. This video by YouTube.
Keep him booked.
Keep him busy.
That part.
Face mob.
Yeah.
Back in the building this week, yo.
You know what? I'm not even gonna get to that.
All right.
Go on.
I am here this week, I guess. Bun. I go by the name of Bun. You can find me on Instagram at Wha'Sup Bun. But more importantly, over here to my right, the most important person in the room, weighing in this week. You're slimming down, bro. I gotta catch up.
You giving me that title, the most important person? I like that.
Yeah, I guess.
I like that. The truth has a way of coming out.
That part.
Now let's get it all in perspective.
SB the Student. Find him on Instagram at SB the Student.
Do it.
But more importantly, even more important than himself. What's up with the book club, bro?
The book club is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a new book coming up for the month.
What is it?
The new bun.
Get my name out of your mouth, bro. What the hell's that about?
Pause.
Yeah.
The book of the month is going to be The Anxious Generation. The Great Rewiring of Childhood is Causing an Epidemic of Mental Illness by Jonathan Haidt, I believe. And
Who chose this book?
we vote on it.
Right.
We always vote on it. So like the group itself, first of all, we got more than a dozen people in it, and we're all diverse, ethnic wise, and like there's men, there's women. Majority of the people are married, or not married. Sorry,
Yeah,
well, married too, but
you know single ones in there, bro.
you always ask that, but like you're not gonna do
man.
nothing about it. So what's
How
the
you
point?
know?
Yeah, come on.
Springtime, yo. It's mating season.
Yeah, pick up the book, man. You're welcome to join. But what I meant to say was, everyone's got kids. Majority of the people got kids, ranging from like a newborn to like full grown adults. And what this guy's talking about, as in the author in this book specifically, is like, not specifically, but he's all over the place in regards to what's happening with overconsumption of cell phones, social media, the depression that it's causing in kids, the anxiety that it's causing in kids or adolescents from the 2010s up until now. And we vaguely talked about this a few episodes ago, I'd say a couple of years ago. We were talking about cyberbullying was the topic at the time, but it's interlinked with a lot of the stuff that he's explaining in here, how, you know, they're losing a lot of social skills And there's a lot of deprivation, like sleep deprivation or just attention fragmentation, just losing your ability to focus and just socialize. He's saying quite a bit, but he's also calling out all the various governing bodies that could partake in coming together and, uniting to figure out a solution for what's happening with some of these kids, that being parents, that being government, that being lawmakers, big tech companies, everything.
People of influence.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good read, man. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's what's going on with the
You
book.
guys been having a
Don't tell
good
us
year,
about the
though.
whole book, yo.
Huh? Say it again?
I was about to say, don't tell us about the whole book. Let some people read it. But
Yeah, I guess that was a summary though, but like it gets in a lot more detail than that.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was just saying he's been having the book club's been having a good year. Got a lot of quality stuff coming out.
Man, it's I think like not just we're on our third book right now for the year. This the mind control silver mind control method, and then Mel Robbins' the Let 'em theory. But let me just put some light on myself. I'm having a great time with books right now. I'm on my 11th book right now for the year, and some of them like it's touching me in a different way. Nah, I'm not playing today.
All right.
Yeah. From an emotional awareness perspective, and just really getting deeper into understanding certain thinking patterns and behavioral patterns, and just dealing with past traumas and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm hitting all the right books, man. I've had probably 2 like my favorites this year.
How much do you think you grow from like the knowledge that you soak up? Because you're like a heavy reader, like you're in mad books. You know what I mean? Like how much do you say your personal development has?
Huge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like every book? Like, or is it some just pure entertainment?
Nah, pure entertainment. Like I just went through Matt Rife's book, and that's pure entertainment.
Yeah.
All this guy keeps talking about is how many black friends he's got. So like that's all that book was, that and his grandfather.
You got him or he's got you?
As in?
Black friends. You got more, he's got more.
I don't know, man. He keeps bringing it up like every third chapter. Like he might have 1 or 2 up on me still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess moving on past the book club, how's your week, yo?
My weeks was all right. Just simple, good moments with the family.
How's the potty training going?
We're
That's the last
good.
thing you
We're
updated
good.
us on.
Yeah, no. We're good now. We're good on that front. I'm very happy to say we're over that obstacle. I'm very happy about that.
No more
Just
accidents?
personally, no more accidents.
Yeah,
To any of the new listeners, he's got twins, and the daughter was excelling in potty training.
Yeah, she was getting it.
Versus,
It's more natural, like more so. But I find his problem was he don't like to stop playing. Like he wants to play. The second you be like, all right, come, let's potty. He's just like, yo, you got to potty. Whereas she's like, nah, like I gotta go. Like stop, hit the brakes, let me go, and then we can get back to it. Whereas he just wants to go.
Yo, let me ask you guys a question. Just like, do you have those friends or family members that have kids that did potty training super late, where you're like, yo, that's a grown child at this point? What are you doing? Like,
I can't.
oh man,
What's like,
what age?
yeah, are you looking at size or you going by age?
You could do both, but like,
Yeah.
I think age is like where I was going with
So
it.
what's a bit too far for you?
I had a I'm not gonna fully say how, but like I had a nephew that was like a good 5, like getting into like going into what is that grade 1-ish or
That's-
just before.
and
senior-
still needed help.
Yo, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It
And
was
okay,
bad.
so hold on, sorry. You said this was a cousin,
I'm not gonna. Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
but
nephew, yeah.
did you say anything, or
I
you
just
like
kind of
watched and
observed,
see-
like, is this normal? Like,
and
know?
you didn't say anything. You kept your mouth shut.
No, I had to keep my mouth shut. I'm not like, what am I gonna say? I'm not volunteering for anything or nothing like that. I'm the youngest of everybody, so I usually typically am in that more silent.
What if you're
back
talking
row.
to What if you're talking to a girl though, and she had a child, and
That would be rough. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, bro.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, bro. That is a minefield, bro.
Yeah.
That is a minefield, bro. You gotta twinkle toe your way out of that one, bro. God damn.
so what do you just hug it? You wouldn't say anything.
No, that'd be deuces, no? like where are we going with that? This
Deuces
goes back.
for you?
This goes. Oh wait, we got a couple episodes that didn't really drop, but this goes back to that whole me being very selective with someone that's got kids.
It depends on how serious you're going. If you're looking to really pursue,
it's the other way around, man. It will depend on how serious I can get.
at that point, yeah, it does flip. At that point,
Nah, that's
like
a deuce.
that's a deal breaker, bro. Like that's serious.
Because is it
deal
more so what it
breaker
represents to you though?
It's a little bit of
Because-
everything. It's one the actual point that you're making. This child, this person's got a child, like a developed child that should be independent in that regard,
Basically.
And then it is a part of like, yo, where did you go wrong here, and where else are you going wrong?
But
Like,
is
what's happening?
But is it not worth a conversation at the very least? Like
I
you're
don't
gonna
think
say,
Is it because dogs,
No.
like you said, minefield, bro? Because some of these topics when you bring these things up,
I have other things to have conversations about, bro. If we're having conversations about this,
Yeah.
nah, like there's gonna be too many conversations
because of what it represents. It's like, yo, like
part of that.
how are you not thinking past this? Because if this is what you're operating on,
And
I have more questions down the line as to like where your head's at.
And just before people say we're too judgmental,
That part.
this is like a fully normal developed child, and like there's no issues or anything like that. Because that's a whole nother game,
but
right?
then you see, and that's good to point out.
Yeah,
My thing was, but you don't know,
I would do.
like experience. Well, like
Sorry, I shouldn't cut you off. I know what you're gonna say.
no, like I don't even know how to say it because there's not much you can say. But like I'd want to give them a chance to at
And how
least
specific
understand
are we getting to
perspective.
like where the child is? Like, is
5?
it like no, but like, is it all like they need help with the whole routine of it, or is it just the wiping of the ass?
and that's
part?
what I'm trying to say.
Because that definitely takes a bit more time to like.
No,
sort through.
that's okay. Yeah.
You know
get
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
get
like,
that.
what stage are they at? Is it like?
I was talking like you were in diapers way like later than you should.
Oh,
be wearing
later than
diapers.
you should be in diapers?
Yeah, wiping your
Oh,
ass is like okay. I could
man.
understand that being a little later with these kids.
How late?
I don't know about how late. But
I'd hope
I think
at 5. Again, like 5. That's a big number because again, school.
Exactly. It's like,
Like,
once they're in school, they should be able to like
you gotta be
function
able
on
to
their own
handle
at
that.
least. Like,
Yeah, you got to be able to handle that.
I guess.
to an extent. That's a 5.
yeah, I don't
And
know.
again, that's why I'm saying like I would like to
this grown
understand.
that sounds like he's still wiping his kid's ass.
No.
bro.
What I was gonna say is,
That conversation, that
what I was
minefield.
gonna say is, there's full-fledged grown adults still don't know how to wipe their ass. That's where I was going with it. So you're saying 5?
Yo, I need to know who the hell this guy's slamming, bro. 'Cause- what kind of girls are you messing around with?
Wait,
these
you want
days,
anal?
bro?
What?
You're nuts, bro.
Go shout that shit. Pun intended.
Well, on that note, how was your week, yo?
Yo, my week is like, I don't know if you want to get into that right now. Mine's more on like a
hold up.
downer/upper side.
Hold up. One thing I wanted to say before we get into your week.
Yeah.
It's not about the week that just passed, but it's the week upcoming.
Yeah.
This weekend is gonna be me and the wifey's 6-year
Yeah.
anniversary.
Only
So
going up this year.
big up to her, big up to us,
Did you
big up to fam.
did you just get a text message right now to say that?
No, not at all. So yeah, just big up.
Since we're doing that, let me big up my big sister
Only going up this year.
celebrating her birthday this week too.
Oh, that's what it
Okay.
was. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Only going up this
While
year.
I'm at it, I'll big up one more person. Big up the homie Brittany, yo. She's also celebrating her birthday this week too. One of the homies from way back.
And
Only
big
going
up,
up this year.
big up the homie Frisco.
Oh my goodness, she did a whole bunch of big ups. Big up Frisco,
Big
yo.
up last week, this past week.
Yeah, it was
But
Frisco's birthday?
Frisco's birthday, yeah.
Holy.
Shout out
Only going up this
Big
year.
up Frisco and now outside, yo. I need to link up with that guy, actually.
that part.
Yeah, but 6 years, that's a big milestone, man.
It definitely is, and it's funny because 6 years,
Ain't
and I was
nothing
even
funny
thinking
about
about it. No, it's just in my second longest relationship was like 4 and change.
Don't say that. Oh, you're gonna ruin it for yourself.
No.
Oh, you're still thinking about hurting not playing.
Not even. It's just knowing the time comparison, whereas that felt like a 4 years, whereas this was 6, and it feels like just maybe approaching 4, not even. Like it doesn't. I look back and it's like really 6.
Like it just flew by. Is what you're saying?
Like it didn't feel like 6.
Felt longer or less?
Less.
Yeah.
Like
So
I don't
in a good
know.
way.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know if that's because we're older and time I feel like the older I've been getting, time moves that much faster.
That part.
But
That and like you guys have gone through so much in the
that's
last
what I'm
few
saying.
years.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. And so it's great that we could have all those milestones that we've had, and yet it still feel new in comparison. So yeah, no, it's great.
Yo, man, don't care how my week went.
Yeah,
I
I was like, are we gonna have to
I
check
don't know,
back in
like-
next segment?
I don't know because I was telling you if you wanted to get into this or not. Like we could ask about your week right now.
I don't know, didn't do much. Been out for a few days. I had to renew my mortgage, cause that was a plus. Because the interest rates have come down a fair bit. What? What
you got a good time, bro. That's all I gotta say. You got a good time.
When's
bro.
yours? Next year?
It
Couple
happened
years?
already.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah,
Damn. How
Yeah.
many? You locked in for a couple of years?
yeah.
I got a pretty good rate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Today's price ain't tomorrow's price.
Link DM me if you need a mortgage specialist. I got you guys, yo. Speaking of which,
Shout out Suresh.
that one too.
Yeah, that one too. So it's funny. Edit that whole part out. This guy's losing sponsors. Fuck.
Oh man, it's the cough, yo.
That was a good button. That was a good
Yeah,
button.
it's definitely a good button.
But even a lot like you, I'm looking forward to the week coming. I'm going to see The Lion King.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen like
live play joints?
Yeah,
I've been to a couple plays. I've been in a good while, long time actually. But I've been to 1-2 plays. You been to a few plays? Yeah, eh? You don't take me. You don't take me as a play man still.
You don't look like a playman.
Get out of here,
It's
bro.
never been a light skin moment.
Yeah.
What? You been to a couple plays?
Yeah, I've gone to a couple
Look,
of
man's
plays.
trying to reduce man's
place?
like culture and shit,
Which
bro.
plays?
Damn.
Which play? What plays you been to?
Yo, I'm gonna say it, and this guy's gonna fucking
Oh yeah, what?
Othello?
What? Nah.
nah,
What? One of those African joints?
nah,
Which one?
Mamma mia.
nah.
This guy getting mad at Mamma Mia. What?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music? Yeah, whatever, yo. Yeah. I'll
It was
take
proper though. It was proper.
How long ago was that? Long
Oh,
ago?
long time.
Damn, I'm trying to remember the first one that I went to. It was like Billy Elliot or something like that. One of those plays from way back in the day. Billy something. Way back in the day.
Seeing a therapist now again. I got a new therapist now, so I think this one's going to be a bit more of a keeper because it fits my style.
What is that, if you don't mind elaborating?
I don't. I think it's so interesting that you even asked that.
I found it interesting that you even said that.
Yeah. Some stuff when like certain conversations, I need logic behind it. I need the like yo, what's the step 1, the step 2, the step 3?
That's most men.
Most men. Yeah.
I need it even more though, in the sense that like, where did you get that from? Like if you're giving me
Yeah,
this,
from a psychological standpoint. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. But,
so
yeah.
when I'm talking to her, naturally I'm quoting stuff because I've gotten crazy with psychology specifically, right?
And she has no idea what you're talking about.
No, she knows exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
eh?
Not only does she know exactly what I'm talking about, she knows the authors that I'm talking about.
Oh.
She knows the books that I'm talking about. She's
But her
giving
ass
me
stinks.
Nah. So it's funny.
That's the only problem.
Yo, here, let me tell you something funny though. Since you're going some next way with it, right? My last therapist, maybe all men have this issue too, yo. I couldn't remain as focused as I wanted to because of the way that she looked. Like she looked good, like not like a 10, but like a good 6, 7. And I think the setting more than anything else, and a little bit of what she would wear would kind of mess me up.
And then the conversations are like,
I know the conversations. I just couldn't focus as much in the conversation because I'd be like, "Oh, is this when it happens?" Like,
you might to run that one still. Like, send out.
You're moving like Tony Soprano.
Nah. Like, yeah, exactly. Oh man,
What,
yeah.
Soprano smashed his therapist?
he has like,
That's all he's dreaming about.
yeah, bro. And he comes on to her several times. If
I
you
need to watch it now.
Yeah, bro.
I keep telling myself to watch
Yeah.
it. I haven't done
Oh
it.
man, he like says it straight to her
Straight
multiple
to her.
times. Nah, but she's not like that good. But I think it's more just the perverse nature of being a man and in that scenario, and I guess all the pornos that I've watched in that setting. So yeah. But going back to this lady now, so she's a lady. She's like a mother. Like she's like the same age as my mom, probably, right? Number one. And she's Middle Eastern, so she understands the culture a little bit more too. So I could speak to certain
It
things
matters.
and like I expect her to understand, and she does.
Yeah.
And she could relate to it in
Yeah.
that regard. Whereas the other person was Caucasian and not fully relatable in certain scenarios where like I know what I want to say and how I'm saying it, but you're not gonna get it because you're just not gonna get it.
It matters. It matters.
So all that, but so with the last session, the conversations were just really beneficial to me because I'm all over the place with a lot of different things, but she's also able to control that because I think I'm dominant in conversations.
Okay.
When I want to be.
Yeah.
And in most cases in scenarios like this,
Yeah.
it's almost like, yo, buy my respect. Like how do I like show me that you know more than me?
Yeah.
When it comes to some of these things that we're talking about.
Yeah,
and she does that. And I even know when I trail off into something that isn't answering her question, but she has enough authority to pull me back. But that's not what I asked you. Like, what about this?
Yeah.
I need that. And she does a really good job. So it's like, it's a bit of a respecting. And this is nothing against women, to clarify. It's not like I would be the same way with a guy or whatever, right? But it's more just she's acting like, yo, you're here because I'm the authority helping you with what you need help with right now. Like I'm the professional in this room right now. Yeah, that's good that you read all these books, but trust me on what I'm telling you. You know? So it bought that that trust over, and it's allowing me to open up more. Yo, I actually fucking cried, yo. Like I've never cried in therapy before. And there were certain things that she said, and this is the part that sucks because I thought I recorded it, but there's no volume in it. Yeah.
What, these are online? It's not in person?
Nah, the first two I did online. The next one she told me that I should go there in person. It's not completely out of the way, but like I was more comfortable just like, let me just do it online right now.
Why not?
Yeah. So like my next one will be in person. Yeah, getting into like some of the stuff that she said. There's an example that she used, and I'll pull it up real quick here. There's a couple of things that go on, but like I'm gonna go back and forth right now just so you guys understand. Between, I know I'm not trying to take away from your 6 years.
No.
But I'm also approaching like a milestone of 6 years, and for me, it's more of a So I always say cousin when I say this, just so people don't misunderstand what I'm saying. So it is my cousin, technically my Masi's son, my mother's sister's son that passed away. But for me, it's a brother. And even before I get into that, culturally, can you guys relate to that? Like, I feel like when I speak, like, I feel like Punjabis of my generation, at least, it was like that, where it's like, yo, your cousin's still your brother. You're taught to like address him as brother and sister. Is that like all across the board, or is that like just a South Asian thing more so?
I think it's more, there's more of an institution, even though it's not like you guys have names for like each role, whose mother's, father, sister, brother, like it's like that. Whereas with us, like I have a big family. Like I have easily over 50 cousins. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just, we grow up with each other. Like we grow up. So it's just like, depending on the age range. Yeah. It's, like you're my cousin, but like, depending on how much we chilled or whatever. Yeah. Brother, sister, aunt, uncle, like it's not drawn by the technical relation, by the blood relation. It's more the history, the chemistry, the legit relation between you and I. Okay. So
a little bit of a hierarchy, like if someone's older, there's a different kind of respect.
It's more like, auntie, even though you're my cousin, uncle, like, but even sometimes it's not even that, like, it's not that formal, but like when it gets down to like the nitty gritty, when they're giving you some gems, you're going to take it in. Yeah. So for context, for like all the new listeners, cause we got a lot of new people listening in, and like I've talked about this somewhat in the past, and you guys gonna have to work with me because it's a little challenging and it's not. Right. So older cousin, and I used to live in India first 2 to 3 years of my life,
And
How much older for the listeners?
Quite a bit, man. Like I would say like he's got at least 11 or 12 years on me.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
And but like that was never a thing. You know what I mean? Like I learned how to walk there, I learned how to talk there.
Yeah.
And we've gone out multiple times as I grew up and stuff like that. So that there was never this treatment of that age is a gap.
Yeah.
But the respect is always there kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like treating me like a little brother.
Yeah.
And so he passed away 6 years ago, and we're approaching that right now. So it'll be coming up next month, as in April. And so I'm talking about it, but whenever I talk about it, I don't really talk about it. You know what I mean? Like it kind of ends right about where we're at. So now I feel comfortable enough with this person. And again, I guess history to that too. I've had other therapists in the past where I get to a certain point where I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Like I don't want to go any further with this conversation because whatever, whether it was a discomfort on my end or just a lack of trust on theirs or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
So anywho, and this isn't the only thing. Like I got a bunch of things going on, but anyway. So I'm talking to her about it, and then she breaks down this chart for anybody else that's going through something similar to her, right? So she draws a line. So picture a big circle. You draw a big circle, right? And then you draw another circle within it, and then a dot in the third. Like so you got a big circle, a circle within the circle, and then a dot in the center.
Yeah.
The big circle is supposed to signify what's out of my control, right? So something that's out of your control would be like, the family that you're born into, the siblings that you have, whatever, the country that you're born in, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? All right, cool. So logical. All right, yeah, I get that. Cool. Then inside of that, she goes is the locus of influence. Certain things that you don't have full control over, but somewhat. Health, right? Like, so you're not in charge of your DNA, but you could decide what to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wealth, you could make money, you could work, but
could be born into a situation where you could change. Like you could.
I got no control over inflation.
Yeah.
Like right, we'll get into
Yeah,
that
but how
later.
far? How far into this are you thinking?
I'm just getting to the next part of it where she goes, so the macro dot is control what you do control. And she's basically saying whenever you have some of these intrusive thoughts, and now this doesn't have to be pertaining to what I'm specifically speaking on him, but anything else that you might be depressed about or you might have an issue about, it's like you could chart it down into A or B. Because I have a lot of thoughts. And I don't know if you go through this, but you've been in therapy as well. I have some reoccurring thoughts where I know they're reoccurring. I already know that this is going to fuck up my day right now, but I cannot stop them from happening. And I just go in that cycle. And it's been like an hour. I'm just fucking paralyzed, cussing or pissed off or whatever the emotion is related to it, sad, whatever. And that's it. I'm in that spiral. And that could be today, that could be tomorrow, it could happen randomly. It could happen for, I don't know how long either. But then when she gave me that, like, where is this on this chart? So create the chart. Is it under A? Do you have any control over it? Or B, it's no control? Where does it fall? That gave me a loop out. So now I'm able to get out of my head when I'm stuck in that. So that was like the main thing that really stood with me. That I enjoyed from the conversation with her. You know what I mean? I think
because it's something you can't control, so you just have to learn to just let it go.
A little bit, yeah. Like it's based on semantic techniques.
It's just outside of the circle, so
yeah. It's like the way that you're saying it. I get how simple it sounds.
Yeah, but that's how you have to simplify it sometimes in that way.
I don't even want to say that I didn't. It was almost like there was there's an urge to go down a rabbit hole sometimes. Like I don't know whether it's justified for me to want to be pissed off or not, but there's certain situations where I'm just triggered and something small could further trigger me into that mode. I could use my divorce as an example. Like,
I mean, that's a fair one to go with.
Yeah.
I can imagine that's what the trigger would be.
It'd be like on top of all of this, it'd just be like certain time I'm dropping off my kids.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck am I dropping off my kids right now? And then it's like, oh, this is why you're dropping off kids, because this happened, that happened, and then boom, that spirals into like a million other things. And then everyone and their fucking mother's involved in my head.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like I feel it. Like my chest gets tight, the breathing's there, like everything happens. And like I journal, I write, I do the walk. You guys know all the stuff that I already do. I talk about it on here all the time, but that's still not enough sometimes when I'm stuck where I'm stuck. So this for me anyway, like it might sound silly to someone else. For me, it was like, all right, cool, good. like, I can use this as a weapon to get out of it. Like as
For
simple
sure.
as,
For sure.
is it working or is it not?
That's a game changer, man.
She gave me a couple of books too. So that was the next one. So she gave me one called The Choice Theory by Peter Levine, which is the founder of this stuff. And there's one in particular that I'm going to talk about right now that I think will help a lot of people. You guys into this right now or?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is a big one. I think this is going to be big for a lot of people. And again, I don't know. I don't have like a set way other than to make it an open conversation, but grief is a big thing. And the older we're getting right now, and God forbid, but it's already started to happen. I already see it in my family happening with cousins and stuff like that. I already see it happening with my friends, and I've already experienced it myself in this regard. And grief as in, all right, so you lose your parents, and I'm not in any which way minimizing the hurt or pain or any of that stuff, especially with this guy to my left right now. You know, there's a process there that you go through. And that process alone is something else. The book that I'm referring to is sorry. Surviving the Death of a Sibling by T.J. Ray.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of stuff that she says in there, and it's not even that it's all new, but it allows you to process what you're going through, no matter how different it is. A majority of the book is really about people sharing their experiences of how they lost their sibling and all the stuff that they felt, and then how they went through dealing with it, from getting in fights with their siblings, in-laws, to blaming their parents for it, to blaming themselves, to losing faith with God, to like all kinds of different stuff. You know what I mean? And it like there's certain parts that stood out to me. Even like learning just about the grief cycle, for example. Are you familiar with that at all?
The grief cycle?
Yeah.
No.
Like the process.
No.
So initially it goes like, it starts with denial or shock.
I'm lying. I have heard this before.
So denial and shock, and then you get into like rage or confusion, and then like negotiation or bargaining, like where you're trying to make sense of it. Depression, and then acceptance. They say it as a process, but it's funny. I saw this meme where they're like, that's how they labeled it, like 1 to 5. Meanwhile, then they got another one where it's like, that's the steps, and this is like real life, and it's like just this big scribbly line everywhere.
Yeah.
Which is more relatable for me.
Yeah, for sure, because it's not linear.
Yeah. And then there's just like, there's certain things that she says in there that were just super relatable for me. And I'm just going to keep talking about some of them, because I think when going back to my initial point of like, a lot of people are starting to lose people right now, but I don't think they know how to deal with it, yo. And then again, I'm coming up 6 years, and I think I'm just sort of, not just sort of, like I've grasped a lot of it, but I still can't explain why the fuck I'm crying in the middle of the night randomly. And it's not no anniversary, it's not no birthday, it's not no significance of the date. It's just the memory of, and like these emotions that I got like bottled up at the bottom that I haven't been able to release because so much other shit has gone on in these last 6 years.
Basically.
And then it's just like, yo, like when did I really talk about this other than in like a quick mention, and then like I try to run away from it as quickly as possible. So it's like, oh, I said it, I talk about it, but like it was so face value kind of thing, you know? So yeah, I'm just gonna rip up some of the stuff that she was saying in there. First of all, like she gets into a point of talking about different kinds of death. So meaning if and I'm not trying to make this sad right now either. Like I just think it's really beneficial for people to understand some of this stuff.
For sure.
If someone's sick, and not to belittle that or make it any smaller, but if someone's sick and they're dying of an illness or a cancer or something like that, it's a little different than if it's a sudden shock and boom, it's an accident, or it's a procedure gone wrong or anything like that. And forgive me if I'm triggering anything at all, but jump in anytime you want, brother. And some of the stuff that she was saying was, one that stood out to me heavy was, once you hear the news, after that, your life will be forever changed. And that just popped to me, because I can go back to the very moment that I got the news. Like I'm standing right in front of my room in my house. I'm on the phone with my mom, and she's trying to be as calm as she can, and she's telling me what happened. And then right there, now that I know this grief cycle thing, like I'm like, boom, I'm in shock as I reflect back, like where I'm like, I don't know how to process this. And I don't even think I cried in that moment. Actually, I know I didn't cry in that moment. I just kind of went back to whatever I was doing in terms of work. Like, I'm making calls.
Yeah.
I'm cold calling for real estate. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it hasn't fully hit me yet. And mind you, at that time, my daughter's 3 years old. I got a son that's 1.5 years. I'm in my opinion, not the healthiest of relationships. And there's like all kinds of other stress. So I haven't like fully processed it. And then that slowly went into, now I'm like randomly crying and stuff until I finally get there, right? But what I've started to do recently is I'm just trying to remember, what was my life like before hearing that? Because there's another part in the book where she goes, now I just identify life with before he passed and after he passed. And I'm like, holy shit, like it does become like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, that head up, but it's
like, in addition to that, for both you and I, is the separation too.
Oh, for sure.
Because for me, it's like life pre and then life post separation. And the same thing with my mom passing. There's life pre and then life post. It's just, that's why when anybody who's listening again that's new, it's like I reference this 5-year period of just like trauma.
Facts.
Like just 5 years full of like, you're talking about, you want to talk about ebbs, like a whole lot of ebbing for 5 years, but that came on the back end of some flows. Yeah. Because I was flowing for a good 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like flowing. I was flowing. But that's just how life is. You're going to have these ebbs and you're going to flow sometimes.
I get it and I agree and I can relate. And I can't in the sense of like
the relationship you even had, because I'm talking about my mom.
No, I get it.
You're talking about your cousin, but like, it's just, I don't know.
I'm not in any which way comparing it, and why would I? Right? It's just like, to me, that's the biggest loss that I've had, yo. And like to that point, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but she talks about the psychology of the sibling that survives and the things that they think about. And I think I could speak to this a lot because, again, I think is really relatable. And a lot of it made me go, holy shit, like a lot of other people feel like this. One is like, so this lady gives an example, right? So there's a lot of people they use a lot of examples. The author created a website for people to share their stories and stuff like that, right? The website doesn't work, by the way. TJ Ray, got to talk to her about that. But one lady's at a grocery store. She bumps into an old friend or something like that. That friend goes, yo, how are you? Blah, 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 whatever, doesn't know. And that lady's sister had passed away or brother, I don't remember. And she just blurts it out. Like she tells her like, yo, I'm not doing well. This is what happened. And then in her head, her internal thoughts like, yo, why did you say that? You didn't have to tell her that. Are you that desperate for empathy? That line hit me heavy because at times I have a hard time even talking about it the way that I'm talking about it right now. Because it's like, yo, I don't need your sympathy, but I do. And I do want it. I would love to have it. But nah, I can't say it like that.
Why do you want it though?
Yo, it's more just to like to express the fact that I'm so fucking broken right now.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm hurting so much right now, but like, yo, I'm strong. Like, I'm strong, but like, strong guys could be hurt too.
Some people do it for clout though.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know
that's
that.
the part where I find it's so cheesy. Like I hate that.
1,000,000%. But this could be exactly that right now in someone's eyes. You get what I'm saying?
True.
So I could, and but the joke is, that's how I take it when it's not that for me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but to her point, the psychology part of it is like a lot of people feel that way. Even to the point where she's sharing examples of spouses that are like, yo, you had your 3 weeks, bro. Like, how much more time you need? Like, that's enough.
Yeah.
Basically.
Where in fact, like,
imagine your workplace that'll give you 5 days.
All of that. But that
your bitch ass back to work.
Yeah.
There's examples of colleagues saying inappropriate things too. Like, yo, that's enough. Like, yo, like, come on. Like, your brother didn't even live near you, lived on the other coast, which is again relatable to me too.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, how do you know that? Like what is that? So ultimately, you don't know how someone's gonna grieve, which was crazy to me. But a tip on that note, so everyone's like, yo, you're just kind of going on about it, but like, what's the tip? So one of the tips that she gave was, and you got to be careful when you do this, but if you could find someone that you really trust, whether it be a best friend or a close sibling or family member or something like that, she labeled it as have a grieving partner. Like, let them know, check in with them, talk to them, have a conversation. I think that's huge. For me, I think that would be huge because I didn't do that. I didn't have that. And reflecting back, I don't know who I would have chose anyway, but like, if you have someone in mind like that, that's something healthy. Because then she goes, there's obviously the physical, the heartache part of it, but then there's physical issues that occur as well. People pass out, people start fainting, people ain't eating, they're losing weight. You got to stay on top of that as well. Sleep's a big one. Sleep deprivation becomes huge. And in some cases, yo, if you're the surviving sibling, because I'm specifically still talking about that, but it's all across the board for everybody. Yo, you're in charge of everything after that. You gotta set up the funeral. You gotta make sure your parents are okay. Now it's like your hurt isn't as important or as, I guess as important as your parents. Like your parents are broken right now, so you gotta be stronger for that. And like I can relate to all that too, because it's like there's a certain level of strength that you gotta show. And I think as a man,
I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But not only that, do you think not only as a man, but as a man where you're from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100% that.
Yeah.
But you know what it is about that too, though? Because I talk to a lot of people about this stuff. This is another thing that she says there too. Sometimes it's just easier to talk to strangers. The amount of strangers that I've had these conversations with, it's crazy to me. You would think that because I'm brown or I'm an immigrant? Like that, is that what you're alluding to? Or the culture or what?
Just the culture, like knowing you and knowing.
I think it's all across the board.
Elements of your... for every culture,
I think it's very similar. Like a lot of like Eastern European guys, their fathers are in the war too, or in like they come from military families and shit like that. Like even in the States, people. I think it's just that's my belief. I think it's all across the board. Like yo, man up. Like what are you crying about, bro?
But
like,
I think there's levels, but
sure.
And not to put races above, I just think like it's just different.
I think, but like, you know, when we talk about like, yo, did your dad say I love you and blah, blah, blah and all that stuff, like that whole thing, I think that was all across the board. A lot of parents did not do that. I think majority of people never got that from their parents, like definitely culturally for me, I think it's way more, I think it's regular for a lot of people just to be experiencing all of that.
Actually, how much time we got? I do have a question I might want to bring to the room real quick.
Let's get into it in the next segment.
What?
Or is it tied into...
Nah, well, this may or may not have to do with a day during my week.
Okay.
But when's the last time you had daytime sex? Because I feel like the older we get, the less like that doesn't happen as often as it used to.
That's
I'm just curious.
Very
I'm just
interesting
curious
question.
if, like,
I think that guy's in shit right now.
I don't think we've had it.
Nonsense over here laughing. What about you? What? Long time? You can't even remember?
Oh, I thought he was gonna be like, yo, last month, bro. What do you mean? I was like,
But not even like a Saturday morning joint. None of those. Like, mans ain't doing daytimes no more.
But but hold on. You got to be more specific because a daytime could be like when the night after. Like you got the night and then the morning again.
Daytime is daytime. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, no.
If the sun is out and there's light outside, it's daytime.
It doesn't. I get what you're trying to allude to, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
I
count.
don't think you guys get what I'm saying at all.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying if you've spent the night and like, all right, cool, let me just run one more before like I boogie.
Before I go type joints?
No,
But that's early morning. What time are you leaving?
Is that not daytime then? Like,
yeah, but no, what time of the day we're talking about? If it's morning, if it's light outside, it's daytime.
But at the same time-
morning doesn't count as daytime? That becomes morning time?
No, it's morning.
That's like, yeah.
So
That's
daytime's what, like
morning
afternoon
sex.
and after? Like
Straight.
what?
Sure,
Like what?
yeah.
Like 12 to like 4?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would say 12 to 5, 6.
Okay.
12 to 5.
12 to 5. Yeah, daytime, yeah.
Okay.
You don't know the last time for you either?
I don't remember if I made it to 12. Like, I know it was late morning. You guys are big on time sensitive and shit.
What, you can't remember the last time either?
Definitely not since they've been born.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
Not even, what about when you were trying to make them though? No, but what about when you're trying to make them? Because I remember I went to when I was trying to make my first one. There was a couple of daytime joints.
I'll be honest. I don't even. It's just going to sound bad, but I don't even like going back to that. Like
Oh,
it
but the
just
trauma
wasn't
behind that?
it wasn't a romantic time. It was stressful. I'd like I'm
that is so interesting.
yeah, I was
You
not,
never saw the Schultz special, eh? Andrew Schultz has a special that just came on not too long
I know
ago.
he does, but I haven't seen it.
That's exactly what the premise is, because he's
Yeah.
talking about that. Yeah, his joints weren't swimming, so you have to go figure it out, and it's rough.
It's not much about that. It was just like it's not. There
But
was
the same thing. It's like, yo, the period comes in. It's like that level of disappointment.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying it-
Don't
We
even
can talk
like
about it. You
that.
want to talk about it real quick?
Yeah,
Since
no.
we're all like sharing one, two things.
I mean, yeah, no. So like when we were trying for like over a year, and I mean, in comparison, for some that's long, for some that's like a year, bro. You got it lucky. To shout out to all those who are trying and going through the struggles, just keep up the good fight. As it continued, and no, just as we were going, and the thing is, it was like we had everything. We were together, family support, got the house. It was like that was the last thing. Like everything checked. So it's just like none to it but to do it, get them here. And as the months would go, it just became so much of a strain. And what are we doing wrong? Is there something that we could do to improve, or this and that? And it became so much more methodical than passionate and romantic, and it seemed like a chore. Again, the ovulation.
It seemed like a
schedule,
chore?
It got to it.
Yeah,
it got to it. To be quite honest, and I've expressed this to her. I was just like, "Yo, this ain't it. This is not fun. Like, there's no romance. There's no romance to it. Like,
you didn't enjoy busting that nut?
I mean, you enjoy that, but then like the process of getting to it, like sometimes, and I'll be honest, straight up, sometimes it got in the way. The thing, like, God, just come on, just bust it. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm thinking about it. Like I'm not enjoying
different
it.
perspective, yo.
It's like, yo,
Speak your perspective.
yeah, no, like it like I don't like going back to it. Like,
I could see that now.
Like,
but like
yeah.
I never even thought of that. Like relating the two like that.
because it mattered so much.
Majority of the time when
though.
you're like relating to like when you're thinking about sex, you're thinking like, oh shit, that was good. Unless like you're cheating.
Yeah.
Even that
But
feels
and
good
it's
sometimes.
funny
but yeah.
because I never realized how. I mean, you always hear about it, but until I experienced it, like how much mental.
Goes into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're just enjoying it. You're doing. Let's go. But like when now you're thinking about, it's not just the act. The act is the beginning of the process.
There's an expectation attached to it now.
Exactly.
And once there's an expectation attached to something, it's like a level of discomfort comes with it, because like, yo, what
The
if I don't perform?
responsibility and then the shame that comes with it.
Trust me.
It was a burden. It was a burden.
I hope
And
I'm
that's what
not.
you don't want to be.
Exactly.
I hope I'm not being too intrusive because he brought up Schultz, right?
Yeah.
And like he admits that it was him.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what the situation was? Like, do you?
No, it was. I mean, no, because obviously my swimmers swim. Thank God.
Okay.
She was fully fertile. There was nothing on her. There was nothing on. Like I just think. I don't know.
The twins were waiting.
Pardon me.
The twins were waiting.
I mean, like
Yeah.
you can attribute it to so many different things, and
Yeah.
nothing. There's
But so
nothing.
there was nothing
conclusive.
concrete. Yeah, okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know,
yeah.
I can say we did go to a fertility clinic.
Yeah.
To like after a while, just to say like because we're not in our 20s.
Yeah.
So that was a concern. But then they were like, nah, you're good. You guys are good.
Yeah.
We're gonna do, like, there's no reason to be worried, but we're gonna do some things to help you out. But
So bottom line, you don't remember the last time it was daytime sex, and you don't want to remember if it was around that time frame or not.
I know since the twins were born, definitely not.
Yeah.
How far back?
Yeah.
Within the 6 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't say.
That'd be hard with the twins daytime sex, unless they're knocked out and you guys
Well,
aren't
that's the thing.
sleeping. But
It
you're
would
probably
have to be-
sleeping with them.
But that's the thing. They go down for a nap. It's just like, yo, like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
either I got to fly to work or it's just like, yo, let's just like
Yeah,
get
that
something to
feels
eat
so
and
long
just.
ago for me, but I get what you're saying. It's like
Right?
like memory lane in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, so I don't have to explain myself at all. We can take a quick break. But actually, I'm lying. My first one may have been conceived daytime, and I'll give you an extra bonus point here. It may or may not have happened after a funeral.
Look how we just tie things all together.
Exactly. That part. And on that note, we'll take a quick break.
It's a great medication.
Hey, man.
It's an upper, no?
like how you come back in here and say,
We taking over.
you look like you're busy because you're just on your phones.
Near you. Check it out. Come on, check it. Make sure my mic is loud and my production is tight. Better watch me round your girl if you ain't fucking her right. You damn player haters never wanna see me blow. Flamboyant entertainment, CEO. Yo, the spotlight is mine, it ain't his no more. When we come home, niggas can't live no more. And
We guys know about these
I'm
songs,
straight,
yo.
keep a Harlem world mind state. I never lounge where you find Jake. Surprise niggas like
SB, who's this?
L rhyme great, and I'ma increase the crime rate for old times.
I don't even know.
Run with me and I'ma make you a star. With me and my
This guy don't know real rap, bro.
we go straight to the bar. Leave a
I won't do that to you.
flamboyant entertainment.
Big up.
Yo, y'all fellas like to stress them chicks, impress them chicks, spend money to dress them chicks. I sex them chicks and send them home. Coleon is known to be stoned. When I bone, I'm rubbered up.
Yo,
Make
I
that
always
shit
said
full
it.
blown.
He
other
had
night
the
around
potential to be the
8
GOAT.
Pockets crazy slim.
He had the potential to be the GOAT.
Who did?
Big L.
Yo, but you know who his sparring partners are, right? Like it's him, it's Big Pun.
Big Pun,
it's,
yeah.
it's that whole crew.
Yeah.
Big Pun had the same potential in my opinion. Cameron's with them too. Like they had
Yeah.
fucking assassins in that crew.
Yeah. Be giving me harsh looks. But I'm trying to sell
Yeah,
back like Garth
man.
Brooks. So F for more when it's cold, I throw
can't
the
hear you.
skelly on.
Cannabis.
We can debate it. Let's debate it for a second. We can debate it real quick. What? You're saying Big L? Big Pun? What else?
Hands down, Big Pun.
No, you're talking about the crew that he came up with, but
What?
Big L.
But in terms of potential, because to me, Big L had the swag. He had the Harlem swag.
He had the Harlem
if you
swag
know,
and he
like,
had the bars.
yeah, and he had the bars to back
Bars, like, whole.
it up. Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
When
he
you
was-
say
he
swag,
was
you mean
what?
what? Like the way that he dressed and all that
He
stuff?
was just about to
He's just
sign to
about
the
to
Rock.
sign
Yeah, the
like
language,
that.
the swag. There's a-
I think Pun's up there too, though.
Of course, Pun, but like it.
Like I mean,
In terms
even
of
his
swag?
yeah, it was different.
Swag?
It was
It is
so
different
it's so
swag, but-
original. Like he would add his like commentary into his comedy into it. Like it was.
Yeah.
I'm not even like it could go either way between the two.
a lot of people hated on Pun though.
Of course,
You know
Why
what I
wouldn't
mean?
they?
But
Puerto
would you
Rican
say
killing the game.
but would you say Pun had the swag like Biggie?
It would be
Because
interesting.
I feel like Pun wasn't as marketable.
because he's Puerto Rican. Like I
Because he
think
was that big.
that part
Let's
of
be
it is
serious.
definitely that too. He was but you see when you say marketable, that's Puffy.
And I was just about to add on by
'Cause, like-
saying it's
like-
the machine behind him.
Because like if you look at and I'm not knocking Biggie in any which way when I say this, and actually I'm just gonna quote 50 because 50 talks about this in his book. He's like, yo, Biggie's eyes are like all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then Puffy put on the glasses.
Yeah.
Then he gave him the showmanship. He told him how to act on stage. He put the right stuff around him, not taking away any of the original stuff that he had going for himself and all that.
Yeah.
But like Fat Joe wasn't Puffy in that regard. You know what I mean? He bought him the chains. He got him the outfits.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
started to create it, but
Puffy with the ear though.
but like I mean, he had a better machine around him, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess it's not helping him when he's putting on more weight and stuff like that. I mean, that's not a knock in any which way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because I love Big Pun, bro. Like yeah, top 5,
So do you
top 2.
I definitely think Big L's beating Pun though.
That's on. They got a lot of tracks together.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
I'm definitely going Big L though.
Yeah, I can't. Big L.
not me. Not me.
Rest in peace, Big L. Rest in peace, Big L.
Man,
This
it's
is so
rest in
sad.
peace. Oh God, it's so sad.
Well, if you like Big L, I'm gonna give you guys this. I'll give you this new kid, yo.
Recently hard to reach me cause really I be on D&D. So I got them blowing up my phone just like some TNT. Through darker visions I'm rocking them shades like Eazy-E. Some LSD so I'm not seeing what it seemed to be. When colors follow me it's fuck police. We flee the scene, a couple stuck behind the bars. I wonder when they free the team. I beat my sneakers so my feet ain't never squeaky clean. Ain't blue and broke, my conversation steady speaking green. And these clowns can never stress me out. You saw me at the party, told your shorty, let's be out. Fucking punk bitch, pussy, you a drumstick. Try me with that dumb shit in one lick, you done quick. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Yeah. And my my patience thinner. Keep a brave heart when they start aiming quicker. Wasted to fix the danger, he painted pictures. Know what's up, come down like great adventure. What's up? Yeah, you the lamest spitter. Dog your shit like soul with a Cajun dinner. I'll leave you tasting bitter. Now your face twist up and you blame the winner. You still afraid in the safest rivers.
Oh, this sounds nice.
Yeah. Heart of the city, I was beat and mad. I breathe the air, speed, this split with regret. It's second hand, the bezel hand, it's steady. They testing the better man. The metal stamp is heavy. I'm blessed that I set a plan. Stomach hungry on the way home. Fear, yeah, man, it's storming. I'm only fed it from corner stores open until the morning. I heard the warning of demons. I wasn't heeding with caution. I'm eager for the proceeding. I see the seed and ignore it. I keep a seed for importance, cause people keep with extorting. Supreme when they come to knowledge. I treating it like it's boring. But see, they gon' reach the course to defeat when they can explore it. Shit, I ain't sleeping a week till I see my peak of performance. I dream when I'm conscious. Walk the streets exceeding with confidence. Peace to God who I'm rocking with. Reach the arm if anonymous. They chase the dollar bills constantly live a vicious cycle. My OG gave me a plate for the win like Phil and Michael. What's still a child?
I knew every street upside down and backwards, but I've never been that far uptown before.
Last one. If you had to guess, what does this guy look like to you?
I already know.
Yeah.
What? How you like
I like to think it's the video that he
blocks for the
posted.
midnight oil. I just see some careers blossom, just not in my soil. I want my flowers.
What do you mean the video he just posted? Who posted?
You know how you're saying he's like Big L? His voice is a little bit like Cam though, no?
Like
No.
Cam, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a Harlem thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, he is a rapper out of Washington Heights in New York. He goes by the name of Lord SKO. LORD space SKO. But when I first heard his voice, I was kind of surprised by the look. Because when I like finally Googled him and shit, SB, you're doing that right now?
No.
But I like his voice doesn't really match his look to me, which kind of threw me off. But once I took in some of his music, he can go on still. I'm not. I don't. You have the picture? That's him right there, brother.
Oh,
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
But what nationality is he?
I don't know. I haven't gone that far into my research.
Like he looks white, but he might not be white.
Hey man, I'll do a deep dive later. Pause. But I don't know. It kind of threw me off because I was kind of surprised by his look. But
Yeah.
once I took in some of his music, I was impressed, yo.
Yeah.
But one of his album covers, he had redone the artwork from Big L's album from years ago, The Lifestyle of the Poor and Dangerous.
Also, he's already drawing his comparison, so he's already saying who he's looking up to.
Yeah, I imagine. And then I watched a little quick interview that he was in from a while ago, and he'd referenced Big L again. He's coming to Toronto.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah, he's gonna be here April 25th.
Where at?
I didn't check that part, but I still have the window open somewhere. I was planning on taking a look to go see if I'm available that day. But he's got an album dropping, or it'll be out by the time this comes out, called Piff.
Seen.
Yeah, and there's a 1-2 songs on there that I listened to so far. Understand with Currency. And once I saw this guy's a Currency feature, I'm like, all right, yo.
Yeah,
he's banging with the big boys. Yeah. But I go check him out. A couple of his songs made a 1-2 my playlist. The ones that I just playing, that last one that you liked was Russian Doll.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Yeah. Was that Russian Doll or no? It's Russian Doll, I think.
Not knocking it, but the production on the first one needs a little bit more work, or the way that it sounded here at least. It was like it wasn't the vocals with the beat. Like it felt like the vocals were recorded separately, or something was off about that. But the last one was nice.
How'd you feel about it? Last one? Your photos last one?
Oh, the best for the best one?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the one before the one where that had me. Like that upbeat one.
Yeah, that was probably the last one.
Yeah.
Even the way it came in, that was nice.
I thought he played one after that.
Oh, I don't know.
I think the first one I played was 94 Coogee. Second one I played was Easy. And then the third one I played was Russian Doll. Those are all singles off of his one of his previous albums. Let me see if I can put it up.
Say the name again. What was the name again?
Lord SKO.
Lord SKO.
His 2022 project called
out.
Museum. That's the one that those songs were just off of. But he's got, like I said, he's got a new album coming out tomorrow. Well, tomorrow. Or by the time this is out, it'll be out. So go check out his work. It's called Piff. From the 1-2 songs that I got to hear so far, it looks like it might be nice still. But then that brought what?
It's performing at the Dance Cave.
Oh, now it's got it. The Dance
April
Cave.
25th.
April 25th.
Well, that's soon. That's not summer.
Exactly.
That's like tomorrow.
If you're about it, we can go check it out maybe.
I don't know. I was gonna, you know what?
He's young still, so it might be a younger crowd, but you never know, yo.
Maybe. I don't want to take away from this, but
maybe we might get him here.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Shout out Tug of War.
Tugga.
He's got a Canadian tour coming up as well.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. This summer he's gonna be in Canada, Toronto too, obviously. Yeah. So shout out to Tug of War. We're gonna talking about trying to get people on here.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be making his way out to Toronto. Shout out to one of his DJs or producers, Dirk Mack, as well.
That part.
Dates to be announced though, so hopefully get some of that going as well.
Okay.
Still waiting for Luciano to patch through too.
Yeah.
That part.
Keep an eye out, SUP Gang Gang. And on that note, I guess it might be.
I was happy that you put the volume there.
Yeah, I know. We might as well mention our live event while we're at it, huh?
Yeah, man, we could do that. Just before you give the date, though, shout out to Lounge on 50. If you guys are looking to book a corporate event or a private event, give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Phone number 437-562-1309 or Lounge on 50 on IG. Go check them out. They're getting booked up.
That part. Yo, let me just this sound effect one more time.
Good luck.
I don't know what to tell you guys, but keep a lookout. SUP Gang Gang live show.
We're not dropping the date.
I don't know. You told me, boss.
I'm good to go with the day. Sunday, June 8th.
What
Save
time?
that. We'll get the time going. We'll confirm the time. We'll get the time going. Put that in your calendar.
Sunday, June 8th.
Yeah.
I think I have it booked off.
Yeah. I was talking to the viewers, but yeah, you better have that booked off. So if you got to fly in from outside, because I know we got a lot of those people watching and listening.
Is it a large space, a small space? We're doing limited tickets because you might want to get your tickets early.
Tickets early. We'll let you know once we got that. Food is inclusive.
Food is inclusive, eh?
Yeah.
Food is inclusive. What about the drinks? Drinks inclusive too?
I don't know how much you want to give out right now, man. Yeah.
June 8th.
Stay tuned, though. Stay tuned.
Get to check us out live, man. The first one's always a banger, right? You guys got to be a part of it. We want you guys all there.
History.
But outside of that, I did have a question that I want to bring to the room then.
Yeah.
Because we all got a chance to take a look at him. Lord SKO, big up his thing every time.
Only going up this year.
But he's a white guy. So who are some of your favorite white rappers? Like, who would you put at the top of your list?
I mean,
come on.
What?
Little Dicky.
Big up Little Dicky and this thing, bro.
And a close second's Bubba Sparks.
I forgot about Bubba. I forgot about Bubba. I forgot about Bubba.
Nah.
Yo, Bubba Sparks was that guy was gone in your for a little bit, bro. Timberland found one. Damn it.
You found a bunch still.
Yeah, honestly, I forgot all about Bubba Sparks.
Wow.
Because we still got Paul Wall.
Paul Wall.
Paul Wall's not up there for you guys?
You're going to drop for Paul Wall for sure.
Nah, I'm going Vanilla Ice.
When you got your girls on?
I'm going Vanilla Ice. I'm going Vanilla Ice.
You going Vanilla Ice? Nah, I don't even think it's close. I think it's easily M.
Yeah.
Yeah, eh?
Easy M, yeah.
But you're choosing M as your number one?
Yeah.
Same for you?
Easy.
Yeah.
What about Action Bronson? Because he's up there for me too, yo.
He is up there.
MGK?
MGK. That's it. Like, he's on some shit, whatever now, but
Where
like.
do you guys rank G-Eazy? I like G-Eazy.
Yeah, I listen to one, two G-Eazy still, but not enough to be like, yeah, he's it.
Yeah, not. Yeah.
The one that hits more for me, though, is Jack Harlow.
He's talented.
Yeah, man.
I thought you guys would have said Mac Miller still.
Oh, well, yeah, Mac Miller's probably my number one. That's what I'm going
He's
with.
your number one?
I think Mac's definitely my number one.
I could understand that as being the number one. I'm still going M.
Yeah.
Like, easy.
M's up there, yeah, but I was never like a big M, yo.
It's just for me. It's just to respect what he could do with words.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
know.
to Beastie Boys.
Yeah,
Those guys.
Not just those guys, man. Like that was. I even go as far as saying like there were some of the influence behind him.
I'm trying to. There's some Canadian ones though.
Classified.
That's what I was thinking about.
Classified.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking about. Yo. I'm like, yo, who are the Canadian ones? Classified's the one that I was thinking about, yo. What do you say, Blind Fury? Who's I remember I've
106 in
yeah.
Park.
I remember the
Freestyle
face. Yeah, I remember that.
King.
Oh, this guy said Blind Fury.
Blind Fury. He's white.
Yeah, man.
This guy went back to 106 in Park days. Damn it! I feel like I was just thinking about one more.
He's not Canadian though, but does Jelly Roll count as a rapper, or is he not really?
I'm not counting him as a rapper.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nah. The Bubba Sparks one is where you guys got me though.
I can't believe you forgot Bubba, man. I can't believe you forgot Bubba.
Little Dicky.
You ever watch his show?
I've seen an episode or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I ran through a fair bit of his show. Can't believe you guys did me dirt on the Action Bronson. Nah. So you don't do Action Bronson either? I feel like we're missing a few though.
I feel like, yeah.
What about the Island Boys?
Highland Boys.
No.
Oh man, that was the best one. I feel like I should pull up some Island Boys right now.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Like, nah, man. On some real shit. Fuck that.
All right, so I guess moving on past music.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say, what about Mark Wahlberg?
Hey.
True. Politics, yo. You guys feel like talking politics?
Yeah.
I feel like we have to talk politics with the election coming up. What is it? April 26th?
April
29th?
28th.
28th? I knew I was close. You know who you're voting for already?
Yeah.
You know who you're voting for?
I'm not making this joke again.
Big up Jug Beat on the outside.
He'll take every endorsement he can get at this point. I'm sorry, but it's not looking good, bro.
Nah, you know who you're voting for? Yeah, eh? I'm not sure if I know who I'm voting for yet, yo. I need some time to think about it. The guy that I did want to see the lead the Liberals, though, did win his seat, Mark Carney. So he called the election now that he's technically the prime minister.
No, officially he's the prime minister.
I mean,
officially he's the prime minister.
We never put him there.
Hey, it's been done before.
You hear Paulie saying about that stuff, though?
I was gonna be like, say that to Elon.
These guys are like, how these guys like you're passing down like seats.
Man, you know how scary it is to be driving out to the States right now,
Bruh.
for me.
Bruh.
Yeah, that part.
Ontario plate on it on top of that. I might not make it back, yo. I'm flying out with my British passport.
I was gonna say, which passport you putting down, bruh?
Yeah, they're looking at you like,
man,
not the Tesla, bro.
Anyway, not to take it to the American side. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, but
Hit the
I feel like
Hadouken.
there's so much involvement with the American side at this point.
Isn't there always? I was just trying to bring it back because I don't want you to go down that spree of like,
what?
We got to always talk
America?
about the Americans. Yeah, rah. What about Canada?
It's just, I'm very Canada right now, bro. Even when I go to the LCBO, I bought all Canadian stuff.
As you should,
last,
though.
like-
That doesn't make you super Canadian. I mean, like, we got better shit than them.
Say it again.
It's true, though. Our beers are way better.
Yo,
Alcohol in general, bro. Like across the board.
But you're talking alcohol. I'm talking even groceries. Like I'm getting all my groceries Canadian. I'm looking for that flag.
It's amazing.
They've been
the
doing
wave.
that lately.
That wave is no joke.
Been doing some next
A lot of
Canadian mayo.
people
And you know what? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, man.
That could have been a pause too, I guess.
that part. What were we saying? If we know who we're gonna vote for?
Yeah.
You don't wanna mention who you're voting for, what party you're gonna be supporting?
No.
Why, you afraid of the backlash?
I don't know, like, to say who I'm going to vote for. I don't know.
I think it's so obvious. I feel like you've alluded to it so many times already, you know? but you just don't want to say it. You don't want that clip on TMZ.
No, it's not even so much the clip. It's just I'd rather just speak on the whole. I'll just speak on it.
Yeah, okay.
That's just my thing. Like I just speak on it. You can
respect
tell.
the privacy.
You know, but just to say I'm going to vote, I might change my mind. Who knows?
Valid.
Are you voting for your interests or your current circumstances, would you say, or where you come from? Because those are two things that I take into consideration when I'm like deciding on who
I get what you're saying. I could definitely say it's more so like what matters to me right now. And
right now?
My interests, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
I could definitely say that. I won't lie and say that in times past that there were times that I voted more so because of where I'm from, or like, you know what I mean? The tradition of historically how our family would vote, But I don't know. I think this election is different than elections in the past, at least on this side of the border. You typically hear the hype around.
It was different on the other side too.
Well, yeah, but you typically get the hype around the U.S. elections, like when the time comes around, regardless who's running. I feel like there's times in our elections that it's just like, it ain't that. Let's be real, it's not as sexy. Like, you know what I mean? But just this time around, it's like,
it's very sexy this time around.
It is hot right now.
Yeah,
it matters. You could tell a lot of people are engaged. There's a lot of interest. You know what I mean? Just the economy alone, but then when you
what economy?
hey, right?
But that again depends on your circumstances.
No, that's valid.
Yeah,
but I mean, even like outside of your circumstances, people are still looking at the economy. Like,
yeah,
you might still be comfortable and all that, but I mean,
but not only that too, though. Just going on how the current prime minister became the prime minister. That doesn't happen a lot of times in history.
Yeah.
How that has influenced the party.
Because your party might fall apart, but you're still prime minister. These guys want you out right now.
Yeah.
And then the beef that you got with your neighbors across the border. Like, that's historical too.
Yeah, but yes. And that's another question I was going to pose at some point too. But we can say that for another day. Just going up against America, who do you trust more to like go up against Trump? And I think Justin did a really good job at it. Like Mr. Prime Minister Trudeau. Sorry, hear me calling him Justin, like I'm Trump. But he did a really good job of it at the tail end of it. And I don't know if I can see these guys going at Trump the same way that Trudeau was, with that same level of firmness.
Mind you, he's had a good 4 years of dealing with him. So it's not like he's just jumping in. Like, at the end of the day,
exactly,
none of those guys got that experience to box with Trump the way he has. So, like, you could say he's figured it out. You could argue that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold it against him, but I'm definitely not going to hold it against the rest of the playing field because they don't have that experience.
But you also said the way that he stood up against him on the tail end. Isn't that a little easier knowing that you're on your way out and now you could say whatever you want? Like
that part too.
Nah, I don't think so. Especially in this context, it would impact are you going to want to stain your legacy, especially at such a critical time in Canada's history?
You think his legacy is not already stained?
I think it would definitely add a nice little cherry on top if he were to add to it. Like I'm not saying.
But what was the alternative anyway? I feel like he had to act the way that he acted. Like, what else is he supposed to say?
It's easy to say that after the fact. Like, he easily could have made it worse. He easily could have just flipped off Trump. He just said, no, we're not. Like, he could easily, like, could have, stood firm, whatever. But he easily could have, like, insulted Trump. He's insulted Trump in the past. He could insult him again. Like, there's so many things he could do. Like, it's not, like, just to say because he did it, like, who wouldn't do that? No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
But even that, though, that might not look, people would argue that would not be, like, that would not equate to him staining his legacy. Some people might have preferred that.
Of course.
Everything is.
Yeah,
but I get what you're saying too.
Yeah.
I was suggesting, like, what was the alternative of him not standing up to Trump right now? What was he supposed to say? Yeah, make us a 51st state. Like, he had to say what he said, in my opinion. I don't think there's an alternative. Maybe the way that he could have said it could have been worse.
That's what I mean. With the same level of faciness that Trump delivers his messages towards us. But anyways, we can save that debate for another day.
It's not even a debate, but I'm just making a point. But yeah, I hear you.
Not. How about you? Are you even are you voting your interest, or do you keep in mind where you come from? Because given, yes, all of us come from the same community from back in the day, that being Rexdale.
I'm probably the worst person to ask. I'm probably looking to exercise my ways out of Canada, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'll keep who I'm voting to myself as well. But I'm more of the fate that it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, but you got to get rid of that mindset.
Maybe. Yeah. I think whoever is voted in, regardless of what they bring to the table, is going to take so long to repair the damage that's been done that, I mean, I'm not as educated on the topic as you guys, and I don't care to be, unfortunately. And that might sound ignorant, and I could see that point of view too, but that's where I stand.
Well, I was going to ask, if you, with Poilievre now, do you feel like he spent too much time attacking Trudeau and not so much the party as a whole? Because now he's slipped in the polls. And now that Trudeau's not there, his punching bag is now gone. So
he has to pivot.
Yeah, it's like, was his...
I know
you're a Poilievre, that you like his little jabs that he's throwing over there more times at Trudeau.
He became my favorite comedian for a while.
Yeah. But now, like I said, his punching bag is gone, so...
I think, I mean, hindsight's 20/20. Because at the end of the day, before Trudeau stepped back and Carney took over, he was polling majority numbers.
Exactly.
So it's like, why would you deviate from that? Yeah. And in essence, he's essentially linking the whole Liberal Party. He's trying to paint the whole Liberal Party with the Justin Trudeau brush. Yeah. It's just right now.
This is your leader. This is who you guys chose.
This is it. This is you. But I think he could have done a better job also within the transition, convey the message of, no, it's still the same party. Like at the end of the day, I feel like I don't want to say missed an opportunity. I just thought he would have been I thought he was going to attack that message harder. Mm-hmm. That it's still the same party. Like you just swap.
He's pivoting towards that now, though. No,
yeah, but not as I think that message should have been echoed. I feel like he's touching on it, but I feel like it should be like a main theme, and then get into policy, whatever. But
they did some polling, and the suggestion is that he's also going down in the numbers due to the American election and them electing Trump as president.
I want to interrupt this real quick, though. All right, just to bring up a point. How valid are these polls? Because if we learned anything from what just happened down south, wasn't that supposed to be close?
I don't know what that was. I can't.
I'm just bringing up a point.
And I get what you're saying. Yeah. I can't.
So so what do these polls even mean? Where's this information coming from?
Historically, our polls have been pretty accurate.
Yeah, way more than them across the border.
Yeah,
not much. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't blame Poilievre per se. It is what it is. You could just argue at the end of the day, it was just Trudeau. People were probably not necessarily mad. And I guess the way I think the Liberal Party did a good job of distancing themselves from Trudeau as best that they could. I feel like the only person that really couldn't do that is Chrystia Freeland, but
and when she stepped away
but that painted a message that a lot of people aren't happy with Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
So it's now once the Liberals pivoted from him and they insert Mark Carney, look at the difference. And again, this is spicy in Canadian politics because that's unprecedented. You've never seen it go from a majority for one party swing right back to right now. I mean, a lot can change still. It's still early in the election. But right now, the Liberals are a little bit up from being down to majority, a majority opposition. Yeah.
I had said it from before.
It's unprecedented.
I like Carney, and now that he's got the seat, hey man, might push this thing through. Pause.
Have you guys been watching some of the ex-UK officials or politicians that are questioning that we're choosing Carney, or that he's potentially going to become or win this race. I guess he's already prime minister.
Have you seen former UK politicians?
Yeah,
speaking.
There's a few. There's been a few clips that have gone. You haven't seen any of that stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. I wish I had some of the clips that I could have pulled up for that, because I feel like there's other people that are criticizing him just outside.
So I know I am aware that he took a lot of flack for the whole Brexit thing.
Yeah.
Because during that time, he was the governor of the Bank of England.
Yeah, exactly.
So at that point in time, when he held that title during the whole Brexit thing, you could argue.
I'm trying to find her name right now.
It depends on, like, obviously your perspective and whatnot, but you could argue that it wasn't Mark Carney's decision to pull Britain out of the EU. Like, that wasn't his decision.
Basically,
he just had to manage it, and you could argue that's a excuse my French, clusterfuck.
Anyway,
like to inherit, like, you know what I mean? It's just like you're putting this on my plate. It's like, you know what I mean? You want me to untangle this mess? You could argue he did a good job. You could argue like, nah, it was just because of the clusterfuck that it just
he's entering a clusterfuck right now.
And hey,
that part.
Most
Canadians are still leaning towards trusting him over Poiliev, which is interesting to me.
And the fact, and again, you could argue the whole Trump thing.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's not a career politician at this point in time is working in his favor, because his resume is more speaking instead of his political history.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Poiliev is a career politician.
Yeah.
So he's coming at it from that angle. Like, whereas Carney...
Could that be influencing the polls, where people are like, we just want something different?
It could.
Like the Trump effect in a way?
Could. And you never know how that pendulum's going to swing.
Yeah.
But it's definitely, for sure.
Trump recently spoke about it too, where he's like, I like the liberal guy more.
Yeah, I know.
He's easier to communicate with. So.
Because he's talking money. Yeah.
Whatever he's talking.
Not only that, those two got big egos. Poiliev and Trump dealing with each other. I could easily see Poiliev getting snarky and then Trump being like, listen. And then I could easily see it.
Yeah, but I think Trump's got a lot of stuff that he could throw Poiliev's way, bro. You know Poiliev's dad left his mom for a next man?
Oh, Lord. Don't give Trump that.
What?
Don't give Trump.
You don't know? You didn't know that piece of pasta too, yo? Nah? Check it out, man. Poiliev's parents separated and his dad got together with another man.
Trump would draw that card.
Oh, definitely drawing those cards.
I haven't read Poiliev's book yet.
He's definitely drawing those cards,
but
bro.
he's got one.
He's definitely drawing those cards.
You think so?
Yeah, his parents separated.
No, you think Trump would do that?
Trump? Oh, yes, for sure, yo.
Yeah.
Poiliev's parents separated when he was 12, and his dad left his mom for another woman. Poiliev was also very into wrestling, which could be a pause in itself too. So rolling around on the floor at man, yo. I'm just joking, yo. So what?
Yeah, Trump. Yeah, I don't see that going well. Poiliev negotiating with Trump, I could easily see that getting.
Yeah, look at intense.
Yeah,
it'd be entertaining, but I think that's what we need entertainment back into Canadian politics. I think Poiliev was doing a good job.
Right, I don't got no time for no dramatic politics. Nah, yo, I'm allergic to drama, bro. And if that drama is going to be causing some trauma to the political system,
taxes.
I ain't about that. Taxes, tariffs. Why? Like, come on, let's settle that shit, bro.
The tariff thing is ugly right now,
bro.
What else we got, yo? Moving past politics. Nothing. Sports, Blue Jays.
Bro, that was sad.
What? Home opener?
Home opener is disappointing.
But don't they always lose the home opener?
For me, it's just the fact that it's more of a blowout thing. Like,
yeah, the blowout's not a good way to start.
It's not a good way to start. And I'll forever get vexed when I lose to a division rival.
That part,
like any time. I don't even care if it's
Blue Jays lost to the Orioles 12-2 home opener.
I don't care if it's in April. I don't care if it's in September. Like, it matters. Like, it all matters, but especially when it's division rivals.
My biggest issue was, why was Barrios the starting pitcher?
He's been the starter for the last, like, this is his third consecutive time.
Starting the season?
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy to me, because I don't think he's the ace on that roster.
I'm not sure if Gausman is healthy. I'm not sure.
Gausman's be pitching game 2.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's Gausman, then Scherzer.
Scherzer or Bassett?
Scherzer. That's what I saw.
Scherzer's third?
Yeah.
I don't know. And listen,
you're not choosing Gosman over Barrios right now.
I haven't seen them recently, but I know I probably would lean towards Gosman more so than Barrios, but like by a small margin. And for me, honestly, I never get caught up in who's the starter, like the ace, whatever. That shit changes, bro. Like that shit changes, like
throughout the season.
Whoever's
hand is
exactly. So just because you're the ace going in,
go to.
It changes, bro. Trust me, it changes.
You think they got enough pitching to get them to the playoffs this year? Because
I'm not
that's
mad.
Where they went and spent a few dollars.
I'm not mad at the pitching lineup. It's more, to be honest, it's the health more than anything. If they could stay healthy, all things equal, the Jays are solid. Like from a pitching standpoint, you can't be mad. At least from the starting rotation, you can't be mad. You could obviously want more, but like it could be a lot worse. So
is it enough to keep Vladdy though? Because Vladdy's asking for a lot of money, and he's comparing what Shotani got, which was $700 million, or Otani got, and it was like $700 million. But Vladdy's looking for $5 million. Vladdy wants $500 million.
I think he wants to see close to $6 million. I think that's what it was. I think they offered that to him already. I think they offered him $5 million once, and I think they offered him $5.5 million. And I think he's still not. I think he wants to see like a high 5, if not 6.
He did say that years matter too, because he's looking like a 14, 15, 16-year contract, and to me that sounds crazy in baseball. But
it's being done, bro.
These guys are signing.
It's being done.
It's a commitment,
and he's trying.
That's still a lot of money.
And he's trying to market himself like up there with the Otanis, the Acuna Juniors, like Tatis. Like they're trying to. He's like, yeah, you don't think I'm not one of those guys? Like, you think I'm not that caliber? You're not, like, no.
But you don't pitch, bro.
Otani's the only unicorn, bro. Obviously, he should get that, but, like, you got other guys making...
Yeah, I know.
Like, so he's, like... And I don't blame him, bro. I don't blame him. He can flex a lot. He can flex a lot.
He can still.
He can flex a lot. He's in a very good position. Why wouldn't you? Especially for that amount. And you know, 14 years from now, contracts are going to be that much more lucrative.
Exactly.
He's going to be worth so much more. So it's like you got to secure it on the front.
You're saying 14 years?
Because that's the type. That's the length
of contract that you want. So imagine what these guys are going to be signing for in 14 years. Probably like $1.2 billion each.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Wow.
And it also shows where baseball is in terms of a global sport now versus, let's say, like NBA basketball still.
For sure.
Because that's the kind of money these guys are out here making.
He brought the eyes for it, though.
Who? Otani?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, he's one of them, for sure. But even think of smaller nations, too, like Venezuela, all the Dominican countries.
But they have it. That's the thing. They have a history with baseball. Cuba, Puerto Rico. Countries?
Did I?
You did say Dominican countries.
Yeah, how many Dominican?
I heard it. I just bypassed that. I was just like,
Latin
you know what I mean? I was just, yeah, no.
What am I on today?
But yeah, no. But they have a big tradition. The Latin countries, but also a lot of the Asian countries, Japan, South Korea.
Yeah,
heavy into baseball.
I know Cuba's heavy into it. No,
Cuba's heavy into it too. Yeah. That's
when we get a little, South Asian, we realize where cricket's at.
Cricket, yeah.
Makes baseball look like a baby.
Oh, man, there's this one guy that plays cricket. I forgot. I remember seeing it. This is like last year sometime, and it showed how much he's making versus LeBron's contract. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't even close.
Not even.
Their sponsors are crazy.
Exactly, but it's like we don't see those things in our everyday. It's not part of our North American algorithm.
That's almost like F1 as well. Like the guys that are driving.
Yeah, those guys are making a lot of
Ferrari right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. Anyways, I think we'll leave it there in terms of what pop culture, media, music, yada 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 stuff. Take another break and be back with some more perspective after this. Sounds like a plan? Yes? No?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
This episode is brought to you by Body Ammo. More than a look, it's a lifestyle. Pick up some Body Ammo to protect your mind, body, and soul. Now, back to some more of SUP.
Yeah, the stamina. Big up Big Lean, yo. East End rapper out of the city. Need some new music, yo.
Only going up this year.
Hasn't dropped nothing in a minute. I'm gonna go check out some of his music on Apple Music, Spotify, all those streaming platforms. But got a question for the room this week, yo. Speaking of spicy conversations, shout out Senior Gumboy who had joined us a few weeks ago. Something just had come to my mind, so I'm like, let me ask you guys about it. So the question is, have you ever slammed at work? And or have you ever slammed a coworker? Who'd like to go first? You, nothing? No?
I don't, nothing. And I feel like if I'm like trying to think, like, nah, I don't think.
Nothing even came close?
I know I was talking to 1-2 coworkers in the past, but at the same time, I know I was, especially in my younger days, I was very intentional of like almost not wanting to do it.
Why when you were younger? What were you afraid of?
Pasa
in the workplace?
and then getting in the way of my bread. Like, nah. Nah. Even if it was a local change back then, yo, like, nah, I can't have no girl in her feelings take it some way and then because she's hot, bring some shit to work and then it's just like, I don't got time for that shit, bro. Nah. On some real.
I don't even want to go over to this guy because I know he has like the most. Yo, his numbers are probably like way up there.
Yo,
dog.
I was
things in its proper perspective.
Well, let's hear this, yo.
I was an animal. I was an animal at that age, at that phase.
Yeah.
Nah, this is gonna end up becoming like another one of those segments. You might as well go first, man.
Damn, yo. Have I? Yeah, I have still. I never smashed at work, but I definitely smashed a coworker before. I don't know, but you guys looking for details? No, yeah.
You posed the question.
Yeah, but I mean, what are we talking more about this, or is this a yes no? The fuck?
No, make it entertaining, bro. You just gonna give it a yes no?
Yeah.
Like what's bun like at work? Take that.
Nah, it's funny because like. You know when you're at work, there. You know the whole work wife argument, work husband type stuff. Nothing.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
But you never floated with that idea and just went a little bit too far. Because I've definitely had like work wives at a couple of stops. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But it changes as bodies change because people are in and out of the building. So you know what I mean? Not everybody works there forever.
Yeah.
Sometimes people leave and then they got to be replaced. So, but none of those relationships have ever gone that much further. It's just that SB and I, whatever.
Yo, thank you for those details, bro. There was a lot of like
details.
Career politician.
Bodies move out of they switch at work and yeah, you know how that goes. You got some work wives and like there we go. SB, you got something. You got to give more than that, bro.
I don't know. I feel like
I need another button from Pree to like where it's just pressing you with questions.
A lie?
Nah, I guess that's why we need a girl in there to ask her questions.
This is where Pree will come in. Neatly.
I don't know. Like I've fooled around before in the back room, in the closet area. I fooled around in the elevator before.
What is this, like high school?
What are you talking about?
Like in the closet?
No. That's a pause too, eh?
Yeah, I left that alone.
I told you I was not playing today.
Not in the closets.
Oh man.
But like little dumb shit. Like just dumb shit. And then it's the ones that you miss though. Because definitely that 1-2 girls that I passed through. For sure. That are on, you know when they're on their way out and it's like, the whole time I liked you, something could have happened.
Yeah.
So why didn't you say something?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you say something? I don't understand.
I hate the ones when like you don't do it when you know you could do it because you're just full. Like your plate is full, like you got enough.
Yeah.
And then like, but you know, and then later they act like no.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah.
Get out of here. What are you talking about? You could have got it, but like
slamming
the other five.
Dude, this guy's sick, yo.
It was like, it's gonna sound retarded. It's gonna sound like I'm lying. Like it's I don't even want to get into it like that. But man, I love that phase of my life. I love that phase of my life. Yo, girls are so catty though, especially in the work environment though.
Exactly.
You know these reality shows?
Shout out all our female listeners, yo.
I know, right?
Find them on Instagram at SB the Student.
Yeah, we could talk. Like it's and to clarify, I'm not that person anymore. I'm really not that person anymore.
He's grown, ladies and gentlemen.
I really have. Like post marriage and stuff like that whole co-working stuff was done with. So I don't want my last couple of years.
How many were there for you?
Co-workers?
Yeah.
You're not gonna believe me. Like it's just gonna sound. I don't eat. Like it's silly. It's silly.
No, come on. It can't be that bad.
I'm definitely like in the dozen. Like I was counting it when you posed the question. To be honest with you,
There's a problem, yo.
Nah, it wasn't even that. Like certain environments just bring that.
This guy's nuts, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, no, you have a problem, bro.
It was crazy. I remember back to what I was trying to say though. Like remembering some of these reality shows, I don't really watch them unless I'm with somebody, but the chilling with them and they got it on, like the Desperate Housewives or whatever, and they're always talking shit about each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yo, so I'm murking this girl. And
I love how murked is his choice. His word of choice.
Yeah, I gotta use that. I don't want to lose it. And to be honest, in that time frame when I go back into that mode, that's exactly the word. Yeah. That is exactly the word. And we ain't making no love or nothing like that. Like I'm definitely slamming it. Talking to her, and she's just talking so much shit about this other girl, which is kind of like her friend. And whatever, I'm playing along with it. But in my head, I'm thinking, little does she know I'm murking that too.
This guy's sick, yo. This guy's sick. Yo, you're sick.
It was a good time. It's a good time. But I've changed. I've grown.
Did you were okay just being that messy?
It never got messy.
Yeah.
It never. It's not like I would walk around like.
No, internally, I'm talking internally for yourself. You didn't feel like I'm doing too much.
I had no guilt. I didn't do anything wrong at that time.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
What?
All's fair in love and war. Like
it wasn't love. What are we talking about?
I just mean feelings are involved, yo. There was no feelings involved.
Yeah, that gets tricky. Like there's some where there were some feelings involved and stuff like that, but what when I look back at what those feelings were compared to how I am now, it was like childish feelings, like oh my god, I love you or I like you.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know what the fuck that means. Like it's just attachment, really. It's just like yeah, that pussy was good. Like yeah, I love you. Like that's all. What I think is crazy is when like this day and age, like when you're older now, like again, we're all about to hit 40. People are still on that tip.
What tip?
Oh, bro.
Affairs, relationships at work, and all that stuff. Like the proximity thing is real. Like you're at your work family, your work wife, whatever, work husband. Like you're around these people at work more than you are with your own family right now. Yeah. Arguably from like whenever you start work until like 60 or whatever it is. That stuff happens. So I'd rather have all that out of my system then than to like be going through some of that stuff now later in life. So I have no regrets. Shout out to all of them.
Bun's over here. Look at this fucking sleazeball over here. You don't feel messy, bro?
No, I don't.
You don't feel dirty? Scumbag. You know what I mean?
He's like, yeah, I went to the closet. Yeah. Kept my shit clean.
Are you talking about present day or just in life? Like,
man.
What?
This bun sleazeball shit. Like,
No, I felt like.
Oh shit! What is it? It's a little bit of both. Yeah, go fuck yourself. You know when someone says something but they're really saying something else?
Yeah,
that's what that was right there.
Exactly, and that's why I was elaborating because he said that, and I was like, "This is what he said."
Nah, I really wasn't sure.
So which one is it?
I'm curious. I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Do you feel like that applies present day though?
How you mean? Does what apply present day?
Like bun you sleazeball type shit.
Why?
I don't know. Just based off of like what you know.
I thought you were like quote unquote judging him. That's why I was like.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even that's perspective. Fuck, man.
And that's of course. Of course. As long as he's comfortable within it, you know what I mean? As far as I know, he doesn't have girls hitting him up like, oh, you traumatized me, you did this, you did that, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God, that'd be what the fuck?
And that's what I'm saying. So why shouldn't he be able to live with himself? Why should he feel messy?
Are they going to be hitting you up now though?
Nah.
Yeah, because that was so long ago.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of us are so far removed.
I'll
If anything, it'd be like if I see you on the street, they're not gonna say nothing. Like not even gonna hail up.
So in that regard, that's what I'm like. So why would I feel?
I'd probably
messy?
get a hail up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make it like messy like that. At least that I
Have
could
you
think
ever? Because that's a conversation I recently had too. Like, how many people do you have messy endings with, to where they wouldn't even talk to you right now if you saw them?
Wouldn't even talk to me right now.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any. I have one, and everybody knows who that is.
Well, for the new viewers, you want to?
It's just my ex, like the mother of my children. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't know messy endings. Yo.
That's a rough one.
Yeah,
I know.
I had one that it's messier than I thought it was, but we haven't. We're still cool. We just haven't addressed a few things, which is weird. But that's another conversation for another day. But
there's one that we haven't addressed anything, so there's that for sure. But
all the rest of them, I'm good, bro. Solid. From what I understand.
Right? See, that's perspective too, though. Like from your end, everything is good.
There's one in the East that might still like have some like F that guy type energy, but I don't know. There's a possibility.
And that changes too, yo. When they go through whatever they go through, and all of a sudden, like you become the target or punching bag or whatever, like that could happen as well. But as far as I know, I'd like to think I'm good with everybody.
So you don't have any messy endings?
I have a messy ending, but
only
on my
one
side,
messy ending
that I could think of off the top right now, yeah. And it's more recent than anything else, like in the last.
I have a recent one still. Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
Like that's the only one that I could think of. Anything older than that, like there's so many I can't even remember anymore. Like,
look at this guy just flexing this episode. Hey.
No.
I didn't mean it like that. But I mean it like
I'm joking. Don't do that.
Yeah,
Evidence is getting edited.
But I am. But I am flexing. No, I'm joking. But like I don't remember in the sense of like I don't carry it.
I know.
Yeah, I don't carry it like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you know they're not carrying it? That's the thing.
I just think it's been so long. And like so much more life has happened between that time period that it'd be kind of weird for them to hold it. And there isn't anything bad enough for them to hold. Like, I didn't like
yeah, that's
I don't even want it definitely is, but like now Diddy set the bar so high. Who am I? Come on. Yeah, so what? I was cheating on you. Like, all right.
At least I wasn't doing this.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's horrible, yo.
That's perspective too.
How many you got?
He's getting off
on that, bro. How many messy endings you got? I feel like you have a good one though.
I have a few.
A few?
I have a few.
A few good ones?
I guess I can go one of you.
A few messy endings?
Yeah.
You know, celebrate that 6 years, yo. Let's hear the messy endings.
I can remember one of yours.
Yeah, there's been a few.
You like how he turns all his shit around though? Like he doesn't like it's like when you play spin the bottle. I know. And he just pushes it like he doesn't let it land on him.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about?
You don't say nothing.
I don't have any messy endings, bro.
Yeah.
I don't have any messy endings.
I'm just pointing it out because I don't want you to think you like, you know, finessed your way out of it. I just allow it. Like it's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But so I mean, I didn't get any details from your messy ending then.
I guess he didn't really ask.
So what happened? What made it messy?
Nah, we're not doing that. He's doing it again. He's doing it again.
But you're not even asking me anything though.
I guess because I wasn't.
What made it messy?
Exactly. What made this East End thing messy?
Ooh, that spice. Damn it. What made the East End thing messy?
This is what I was trying to avoid.
Because the same East End person resulted in some Fuck, this is when it does get messy, bro.
Baby, I like it.
Oh, man.
Shout out ODB. rest
Yo,
in
the thing
peace.
is, I don't even fully know the reason. There are reasons why. There are reasons.
Yeah, we
And
got
that's
time, bro.
just-
We got time.
Damn it, bro.
Keep him busy.
Yo, it could have. Okay, it could. Yo, so it could have been that I just sort of like disappeared. I ghosted. I guess I did ghost. Did I?
This guy's having a full conversation with himself.
No, the thing,
Did I ghost?
know. Damn it, maybe I did ghost. I really don't remember, but I may have ghosted. And then when I did ghost, I popped up with a youth and a girl.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
Yo, how did you time that?
All right, let's go.
Like what? Yo, that was good. Oh my God, don't kill me.
Wow.
Oh man. So it could have been that, but it could have been a next piece of pasta because I was kind of slamming it at the same time my next man was.
I'm not gonna stop.
Yo, nah, but that's a weird story in itself.
Yeah, we got time, yo.
But then because that's not something I practice. Firstly, that's not something I practice.
What part?
Slamming something else that the next man's slamming.
Okay.
I promise you, that's not something I practice. But
when you say that, right? Is that
it's
short
I
for
know
like,
the person.
Like
I know who the person was. Like, I
you
know
knew the guy too?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. This sounds some real Joe Budden shit right now.
Stop it. Yo. Yeah, and then
Like it was this girl?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know how much of the story was then pieced together for it to be then presented to her to be like, oh, this is what was going on the entire time type shit. But there's never been a conversation about it. Mind you, she's moved on, has her man and picnic and all of that type of stuff.
So we got something.
And the one time I ran into them, they were on some like you on some like just you see you type joints. You know, so when he runs that game, where you're like, you see you, you see you.
Ran into who?
Yeah.
When the last time I ran into her, that's what she was
like-
giving me, like, yo, you see you, like you see you type shit.
Because you were with that young.
Now, huh?
Because you were with the young thing, or because
I wasn't with anybody.
Oh,
I saw her at a party and it's like we were outside and she's like, I hadn't seen her in a couple of years. So when I ran into her, I was like, yeah, like you see you, but it wasn't. You couldn't tell whether it was bad energy or like play jokey energy. I couldn't tell, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it could be messy, and she could still carry like negative energy for me. I don't know.
Okay.
I've been contemplating reaching out randomly, but it's not that serious.
I was gonna say apology tour 2.0.
Bro,
I thought you just said she's with somebody. This wouldn't be an apology tour. It'd be like a next. Let's make it messy if it wasn't messy already.
I guess it's not worth an apology, I don't think, but
hey, and
it's more just an understanding. It's just like, yo, this is what it was back in the day. Like I don't know whether you're carrying any energy, but let's figure this out. If you don't care, then I don't have to carry you.
And that's why
I'm just extending the olive branch to make sure you're still good. Type
Yeah.
joints. What are you percolating over there? You're thinking about something?
I'm just adding it up. Like, okay, and that's what it is.
Yeah, because that's my whole thing. Like, why? Like, there's no reason to feel messy if you didn't go in with no intent. You didn't do anything. You didn't do the girl dirty, and you have a common understanding of like, okay, this is where we are now. There's no hard feelings. Why feel messy?
I don't really get it. So like the two things is all right. So you ghosted her. Next time she bumped into you, get the next thing, and then your man was banging her too. Like I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad.
So what, nobody else detailing their mess? What makes your shit messy?
Nah, just the 1-2 exes that played me for one of the mandem, and then there was another one that was a whole bunch of mess. I don't even know if I can get into. I don't know how I can make that long story short, but that was definitely messy. Friggin' high-speed chase on the gardener. Let her dad.
Let's go. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
I remember the story.
I think I talked about this.
Definitely that shit on here.
The one they talked about.
High-speed chase on the gardener. What are you talking about?
The one you talked about is where you beat the guy up in the gym.
Yeah, that one. What's this
Gardener chase? Nah. That sounds like it'd go viral.
So,
in what car? What were you driving?
my parents' minivan, bro.
Minivan?
Oh my God, you chased them in a. Were there people in the
No,
van?
I was being chased. I wasn't chased.
Oh, that's crazy
The
too.
Chevy Venture?
Yeah.
Chevy
Yeah.
Venture?
Yeah. So
You were being chased. What?
Yeah.
How? Like,
I was messing around with the girl. The parents didn't like me because it got very hectic. And then so one time
by hectic, you mean intimate? Like you're slamming it at this point?
She's pregnant.
Yeah, I was a part of it still. that kind of came into the mix.
And she's white.
No, she wasn't white.
The father's chasing you.
You're an idiot, yo.
I had to fast forward a little bit in my head. All right, how we get to the chase? All right, go on.
Yeah, so one day, I'm dropping her off.
Yeah.
Or picking her. No, I'm picking her up. And as I'm picking her up and like driving, like just driving down her street.
Oh,
now.
she's in the car while you're being chased.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild. Okay.
So she's in the car with me, and then like he sees her with me. My man just did and it was on. It was on just like that. Just like that.
Hold on.
Wait, so it was her dad?
What did he do to gesture that it's like, oh, it's on? Like,
the man's going clearly one way, and then as soon as he bucks that it's us, he's like, he turns around.
Hold on.
Why would he do? What would?
But why would you run though?
It was a parent. It was a parent.
Why would you run?
Hold on. It is a parent. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be a brother. It could be a brother. Like, yeah.
So it's funny enough because at one point, like I'm just gone, and then we get to Sherway, and at one point I'm just like, yo, I'm off this. Like all right, like what's like, you know? But like she's all paranoid. She's like, no, go, just no. So
Not the go. Are you nuts?
So then I just, because I knew it was gonna be a thing.
Yeah, but what? So he just pulled into the parking lot?
Like I pulled over, and then he pulled over, and then like he got out, and then she's like, no, just like don't, like please no, like just go.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So I just went.
And she got out?
No, she stayed. I dropped her off. Long story short, he didn't get me. Like I'm off it. Like cool out for
she
a bit.
got him, or he got her.
Drop her off later on, and
never heard from her again.
Oh no, bro! It was. Dog, that was a thing, bro. That was a thing.
Was it worth it?
That's why. No.
Yeah, usually I'm on you with the lack of details. Like I'm trying to work here.
That is funny enough.
It's like going through trauma right now. It's like a therapy session right now.
Bro, you don't even know. This is the one that got me into the whole
Zodiac. So we're in the
Zodiac.
shock phase right now. Oh man.
No, she's the reason I'm into Zodiacs, bro. I'm never doing that again. I'm never doing that again.
What star sign was her dad?
I don't even know. But that's not even the half, bro. Like you guys are laughing now. We're not even getting into all that. I give you that one. You can hold that.
Oh my God,
bro!
So we gotta wait until the next episode to get some more info.
Keep tuning in, and after a while you get more pieces to the puzzle.
We gotta wait for the 7-year anniversary to get some more.
Oh shit!
God, I got nothing on you guys.
So what?
I just talked it,
bro.
Sure. I had a little car thing.
Smashing windows and
not like that.
Slashing tires.
Nothing like that.
I know 1-2 homies that got the windows and the tires.
Yeah, right. Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be rough. Nah. No.
I know a girl that drove her car into another guy's car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that's what? That's crazy. That's crazy.
I got some stories, yo.
Oh, that's crazy.
I remember being with one of the man them while she was his girl was at the next man's house.
Wow.
And the man linked me on something like, yo, you know where this guy lives?
Wow.
I had to find out real quick still. I had to pull up on the ends. Man walked in and scooped up his girl. That was the thing still.
Wife?
Nah, well, close enough at the time.
Dad kids?
Nah.
And
this is young love, yo. This is young love.
He went and picked her up from a next...
well, she was at a guy's house.
Yeah. And like...
I mind you, they could... You know, could have been some he's just my friend type bullshit. I don't know the story.
When is that ever true?
All it was me just getting to find out where the house is and then...
And then he went and picked her up. That's gotta be... All right, cool. You said young love. All right, cool. I guess.
Dude, you never did no dumb shit when you were younger?
No, of course I did. But like right now I'm judging it, right?
Thing you did.
Fuck. The dumbest thing that I did?
Yeah.
Smashing this girl that lives on campus. And I find out that she used to smash another guy that I knew, but didn't bring it up. And then also a third one that she was... yeah, I know.
It's the third.
But and I know both of them. And but she denied it. So then I showed up there with him.
Yeah, but how did you guys find out that you were...
Because we talked. Because we ended up... We talk. We're friends. You actually actually know him. That'd probably be the dumbest one. Yeah. The kicker is then they ended up dating for a bit. And then when they broke up, she called me back again.
Are you serious?
Sounds
dead
about
serious.
right. Yeah.
Dead serious. Dead serious.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Only going down this year.
We lived, kids. We lived. What do you know about that, Dad?
Is that enough mess for this week then, yo?
No, we got the scam of the week.
Oh, what about that, yo?
We got scam of the week. Yeah, we got to do that. This is like just crazy in a humorous sort of way. Where the heck's my phone at? You guys ever do any of those Ancestry.ca or 23andMe?
Nah.
Nah.
Exactly. And you're gonna say that, right? So 23andMe just went bankrupt, and their potential.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Like this is like fresh off the press. They're bankrupt. They're potentially selling to another company, and everybody that ever did it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Is being asked to bring to delete their information. That's because they have no idea where it's going to be used or what it's going to be, who's going to buy it.
Can you imagine, bro?
Yo.
It's just out there. Just
scams. People could take your, that could be identity theft. That could be all kinds of fraudulent behavior. Who knows what they could do? What else they could do with your DNA?
That's crazy.
Like my thing is, yo, okay, you're going bankrupt.
Don't see what I'm talking about, yo?
Get rid of your assets.
There should be a regulatory body for something that invasive, that intimate, that you know what I mean? That personal.
Does it get more personal than that?
No.
How?
Right? Like what, your social insurance number? Or is it that's in that realm? It's your DNA.
DNA, bro. Like you're literally taking my inside, like my being, my core, my foundation.
Nuts.
My makeup.
Imagine what they sell that to, or what that could, even for the future. We don't even know what the future holds.
Yo, there should be a regulatory body that should come in in instances like that and be like, yo, we need to like legally see you destroy that shit. Cause bro, you're telling me that's just up in the wind now? Like what? Everybody has questions and
but to me, like from you putting that stuff in the mail to me though was always like a thing like, yeah, where's that going?
Bruh.
That could make so many stops before it even gets to where it's supposed to be going.
You know what's funny?
Because people know what that stuff is. It's like
Ancestry.com. Like I have their package. I've had it sitting there for like maybe 2 years now. I just haven't done it.
You seem like an Ancestry.comer, bro.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it though. This doesn't stop me.
That's why you're voting for Juggins, bro.
Quebec, Lacroix, or whatever.
Oh boy. Damn it, yo. That's a good scammer still.
That's a good one, right?
Shout out everybody who's done their Ancestry.coms, yo.
Yeah, but this is 23andMe. The other guys, they haven't gone bankrupt yet.
That's a pause. Nah.
They haven't gone bankrupt yet?
23andMe. Sounds like you're saying 23andMe.
Oh, man.
No.
That's definitely where you're going with it mentally. You do have quite the imagination with gay shit, eh?
That closet.
Yo, we gotta wrap this up right now, bro. That was another episode of Speaking
That should be a pause right there if you're wrapping it up.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to hit us in the comments, yo. Be kind to your elders, and just always remember that perspective is your only superpower. Until next week, maybe the week after. That was another episode of Speak Your Perspective.